And I got to say something about the food. Chef Tim, who we actually have an executive chef who's working on the food here, is really trying to take it up a notch because, you know, you say theme park food, and everyone goes, yeah, okay. I'm telling you, I've done some taste testings at the Rockabilly Barbecue, and even at Amped with the sandwiches. They're outstanding, and we're really trying to set that bar higher for the parks.
Oh yeah.
You know, so we have great food. So your food experience, well, it's Hard Rock. I mean, you know, your food experience has to be good. Your entertainment experience needs to be fantastic, and even your shopping experience. So we have, I think, some of the more unique and interesting places to be able to enjoy a shopping experience at any, you know, park. And don't get me started about the bathrooms because they're gorgeous. And we've got the best bathrooms.
Listen up.
And that means a lot.
That's worth the admission, yeah.
I'm telling you, it means a lot to a parent, particularly. And we've really taken that into consideration when doing that. So it is. It's a nice place. We want everyone to have a great time and have the amenities they need to be able to do their thing.
This is tremendous. As you think back, for you, it's been almost a decade here, John, to imagine, and as we think through the design, how you all came about laying out the design, and of course the entire facility, 6 major areas. We're in the first one to the right after you're coming in the all-access entry plaza area there, but veering off to the right, Cool Country. But you all went through a lot of decisions. I mean, there's so many different things that would tie into hard rock or even rock and roll at all. Well, how did you all go ahead and just give us the idea there of how this came about?
Absolutely. What we did is we backed into it. What we said was, first of all, who's our audience? Our audience is a visitor that comes to Myrtle Beach. And who's the visitor? Well, we have, you know, on rough numbers, about 1 million golfers that come, but about 13 million families that come.
Right.
So we better make this park be able to accommodate the family. And in designing the park, what we did is we said, let's make sure the family stays together because the family likes to go to the beach together, they love to eat together, and they, you know, you notice they putt golf together too, because it's one thing the whole family can do together.
Any miniature golf out here?
Not just
yet.
You're not, however,
listen up. Yeah.
There are 50 of them, you know, in
throughout the area,
and they all do really well because the whole family can get together. And we wanted to make that happen. We wanted to accommodate mom because mom, for the most part, is the coordinator of the group. So when we developed our areas, we said, you know what, let's not do a 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, because it breaks up the family. It goes against our philosophy. You know, I'd be stuck in the 70s, my kids would be in the aughts somewhere, my brother would be in the 60s. We want to stay together. So we came up with general area themes like British Invasion, Born in the USA, Rock and Roll Heaven, where the whole family has something. And mom, or the coordinator of the group, is within ear or eye shot of every person in the family. So the seniors are over there shopping, the whole family can go watch the show, the teens are over on that roller coaster, the kids are in the play area, and they're all here, and I get a cup of coffee, I'm good. So, and then we can go on to the next area together as a family. So we really try to keep that into consideration.
And you've already seen it this week as Soundcheck kicked off on Tuesday that folks are staying in Cool Country, staying here.
Together,
heading over to Born in the USA together.
Because nobody likes, you know, okay, you're going to be in Kiddieland and I'm going to be over in Teenland, and I'm on my, you know, Nextel, bleep, bleep, you know, talking to you. You don't want to do that. You want to enjoy yourselves. Time is one of the more precious things that everyone has. So if people have chosen to bring their families to spend time with us, we want to make sure that they have a good family experience.
Yes. You talked about, so you threw out some amazing names on the for folks that have the annual passes. Kid Rock, Charlie Daniels, some other great experiences that folks will have.
Yes, and we have a couple of more that we're going to be announcing here very soon because we know also in the summer, you know, place will be very busy, but in the fall, we also want to have a couple of concerts that are going to be kicking up in the fall, so the annual pass holders will, you know, have another reason to come back to Hard Rock Park and visit us.
You've got 2 daughters, John. 5 and 7. They are, you talked about one ride, obviously your youngest is really focused on. Have they been given some good feedback as to some of the other rides they're really focused on?
Yes,
and
actually,
about?
Hard Rock Park had one of their first special events here, which was the birthday party of my 7, now 8-year-old. She just turned 8. And the 8-year-old, she had, you know, specific things she wanted to do. And I was like, do you want to ride a ride? Do you want to play a game? She goes, no. Daddy, I want to meet Malibu Barbie from from Malibu Beach Party. And that reminded me that the most important thing still with this whole park is the human interaction. That the one thing of all the rides and things that she did the most memorable standout thing was the one-on-one connection she had with one of the entertainers from our shows.
Right.
But it amazes me that people will walk away and say, you know, I love the park because they expect a great park, great food and everything, but what they walk away with is that one-on-one interaction they had with whoever it is that's there.
Whoever
so
it is,
that's
sure.
such an important thing
Right.
with us, that we have good, personable people that have attitude, because this is Hard Rock
Yeah,
Park,
yeah.
but that can interact with the guests because it has such a big impact. You got to remember, we're all still humans, and we like to have that personal interaction.
I've also seen the last couple of days a real focus on making sure that I'm at the entrance or at the exit, which is the same thing, and the safety factor there. If folks are throughout the park, I know that I can sit right at the entrance and know that they can't get out. My daughter can't get out any other way. She's got to come through the front area.
Exactly. And Dale, who you spoke with earlier,
Right, sure.
is a big stickler for that, because we need to have, first and foremost, a very safe environment
Right.
so that everyone can have fun.
Sure.
Now, we will try to simulate, kind of a dangerous situation. We'll have flames that go up here or whatever, but we all know that it's in a very safe environment.
Right, absolutely. I got to throw this name out, Joe Petruccio. I
Yep.
believe you all have a special guy here on site.
Yes, Joe Petruccio actually is our official Hard Rock artist, and his art is awesome. He also has a relationship with Graceland, with the Elvis
great,
Presley
sure,
folks.
yeah.
And he is a named artist for them as well. He has done some beautiful art throughout the park, because we're not only about the memorabilia, but we also acknowledge the artists, photographers. There's some fantastic photography of artists and concerts and things.
Oh, yeah.
And Joe Petruccio is a guy who can just do wonders with a paintbrush. I don't know how he does it, but some of his product is on display here and also for sale, and he is the official artist of Hard Rock Park.
That's tremendous. John, for you, as you walk around now and as you've seen folks interact the last few days during the sound check, and as you keep getting focused on May 9th and then even a bigger grand opening on June 2nd and 3rd, for you, are some things really sticking out in your mind? Some aspects of things you may not have noticed before a lot of people were in there, things that are really driving a lot of interest. Clearly, the ride has been a big deal, as everyone's been thinking about it, and leading up to that, a real signature location. But for you, is anything sticking out in your mind?
Yes, there's some things that I have just forgotten about. Because remember, I've been part of this from the very beginning.
Right.
And it's emotional to walk through the park and say, 7 years ago, I was almost bankrupt in here, didn't know what to do.
Right.
And I turned to my family and I said, I have a plan. We're going to build a theme park. Now imagine my wife, bless her.
Oh, yeah.
She did say, what's plan B a couple of times. But to walk through the park and see that happening. But I forget, because we've been in construction mode so much.
Right.
There's two things that really stood out with me. One is the live entertainment. Around every corner, there's awesome live entertainment that's happening. And the second thing is, I've seen a lot of our construction workers visiting the park. I mean, they're coming back over and over again. Why? Because you know what? They have an emotional connection to this too. Where else can you build something? Normally, you're a home builder. You build a home for someone else to live in. Here, they've built something with love that they want to bring their families to. This is their park as well.
Right.
So it's neat to see the pride of the craftsmen that have worked on all this, bringing their families in. That blows me away.
Absolutely. And that interaction, as you say, and you've seen a lot of it, I know I've seen a lot of it this week, interaction between families, local families, that are feeding off of each other. Some that have been out to the sneak peek, the 100,000 plus folks that have been out there, others who'd never been here at all and thought, how could this be in Myrtle Beach? This is not Myrtle Beach. This is insane. This is Orlando. This is L.A. This is somewhere gigantic. But this is right here in our home.
Well, I look at Market Common and look at and us. We're growing up and coming of age, and this is a great thing. I did see there were two ladies that are locals that have been to the backstage tour, have been to Sneak Peek and everything, and for sound check they were there, and there were some new people that were, I believe, from Philadelphia or somewhere. Anyways, they all of a sudden were becoming tour guides for them. They were like, no, you got to come over here and you got to see this. Take a look at this. Now come over here and see this. I hope that new friendships are being forged. This is going to be the first place that a lot of first dates are going to happen and family reunions, and it'll give an opportunity for dads and kids and moms and grandparents and everyone to get together, because music has kind of permeated all those different levels. It's neat when you watch people that are listening to a piece of music like Bohemian Rhapsody, and Bohemian Rhapsody is playing, and everybody knows it. They know it from different ways. I know it from Freddie Mercury. My kids know it from Wayne's World or whatever. But everyone at the same time is going, ding, 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 and you're watching the whole family doing this. It's awesome, and it's something they're all sharing together. And sometimes it's cool for the grandparent to go, I know the words to this. Why? And the younger ones are going, how do you know that? Well, it was a Joni Mitchell song before Counting Crows did it. But it makes them look cool. Hard Rock Park is a place where every member of the family can be cool.
As those family reunions are happening 5 years from now, and they remember their first time here, and 10 years from now, clearly you all have laid out opportunity for growth and to continue. Surely the sound check now and leading up to May 9th, and then for many years to come. But you see a long, long future here, and clearly lots of opportunities to continue to grow and to fix up and continue to make this a real special place.
Absolutely. I mean, we have great opportunities. You'll see when you walk through the park, there are kind of some roads to nowhere. Is that for future expansion? Yes, possibly, but also for special events. We're going to be a big special event park. You know, look for Rocktoberfest and Rockin' Horror Nights, you know, the Halloween adventure, and for a Christmas Rocktacular happening and so forth. There's going to be lots of events that are happening here. So not only are we just a park that happens, and we will do capital expansions to have new attractions happen, but really special events are going to be huge.
Jon, congratulations on a great first week here on the Sound Check.
Well, I look forward to seeing everybody come visit me, and I will be walking the park, so really if anyone who's watching the show wants to come up and has any questions or anything, I'll be there and be happy to chat.
I love it. The Chief Creative Officer. Stay tuned to more Carolina Peak with Jon Binkowski coming up next. Think about that plane flying over. Jon's in the plane, he's looking down, he sees that theater. I'm going to buy that place, he's saying. I'm going to buy that place. I'm going to turn it into something. It did, it turned into something, but think about that. The ball rolling and rolling and rolling, and the excitement of today. Could he have ever dreamed, could he have ever fantasized even of the Hard Rock Park? He couldn't almost a decade ago. But it's happened. As they were talking about a $40 million thing and thinking about it and bringing Stephen in, what's it turned into? Almost $500 million, $400 million. Think of that excitement. There's a reason he's the Chief Creative Officer. These dreams have to start somewhere. They started on that flight over as he looked down and planned out his future and his family's future. A lot of families will make a future. They'll start right here. It's the Hard Rock Park. Get out here. The sound check will be over in a couple weeks. The grand opening on May 9th. HardRockPark.com, 236-ROCK. Get out here. Jon Binkowski, thanks so much. Absolutely.